Sheesh.
I feel like I'm getting pulled over by the police right now. What's up, everybody? Today is the 14th of April, 2022. It's a Wednesday. Publix has $5 sushi on Wednesdays. Publix is a grocery store on the East Coast, the United States. It's about 4 o'clock afternoon, and I want to read this quote to you guys real quickly, and it reads by an unknown author. To be a star, you must shine your own light, follow your own path, and not be afraid of the darkness, for that is when stars shine brightest. Okay. This particular quote hit me very deeply many years ago, several years ago. And I remember writing, and I actually still have the paper from probably 2016, where on a blank piece of printer paper, computer paper, I in black Sharpie wrote out a quote a little bit longer than this, I think, like the full quote. And the reason why it affects me so deeply is because there are, as human beings, we experience life very differently. So, for example, a blind man has a very different life experience than someone who can see. A deaf person has a very different life experience than somebody who could hear. It's hard to really feel exactly what I'm talking about because obviously there's a lot of similarities as well in terms of like a deaf and a blind person could feel love just as much, if not in the same way, that somebody who isn't blind or deaf could feel love. So there are absolutely similarities in our life experience as human beings. However, there's also a lot of differences as well. And for me, being like kind of still, I've evolved a lot, but especially in my very youthful years, from like 16 to I don't know, until now, very deeply, I guess you would say spiritual, right? And my experience translates via my perspective on life. So because I have these spiritual, so to speak, superstitions, it creates a different experience than somebody who doesn't. And for example, if I am at, let's say, like an MTV, shit, dude, I'm ruining my chances of cutting a deal with MTV right now, but that's okay. Let's say like I was at like an MTV award show after party or something like that. And, I say MTV just because I'm trying to think of like some of the people that, I associate with that company. But me being a spiritual person, I could get a very dark feeling from a very dark vibe from that party. Seeing sex, drugs, violence, like negative social dynamics, people kind of putting other people down. My feeling of that party is going to probably be a lot different from somebody who believes that, YOLO and maybe what are the Satanists really into, guys? I'm having trouble putting a word to what I'm thinking about right now. That they believe in the self, right? They believe in selfishness, that, one of you guys will have to correct me in the comments, but do without will, sort of thing. And fuck, man, I can't believe I can't think of it right now. But somebody who perceives life in that way of like, do what makes you happy and, don't worry about the rest because you only live once and like what matters most is your happiness. You can't even get a productive society with that mentality. If we all had selfishness, we wouldn't be where we are as human beings as a whole. The reason how we got this far through our evolutionary path, dude, human beings, although we're the most intelligent creatures on the planet, arguably, right? We didn't have it easy, surviving for fucking thousands and thousands of years in the wild. Actually, it was very difficult. And for us to have gotten to the point where we are right now, there was a lot of teamwork involved, and there was a lot of cooperation, and there was a lot of compassion and considerateness, which I feel like there's like such a absence of considerateness in our society in 2022, and it's generated from this fast-paced mentality that we all have. Me being from the Queen City of New York, I kind of grew up with a little bit of that in me, and it becomes abundantly clear when you come down south in the United States and you get a completely different experience in somewhere as simple as a restaurant. I'm not even from New York, New York. When people say New York, they think of New York City. New York's actually a fairly large state, So I was closer to Cleveland, Ohio than I was to New York City. But I lived in New York. So again, just something as simple as walking into a restaurant. The experience being up north on the East Coast is completely different from being down south on the East Coast. And I remember growing up, that's a stereotype. I remember growing up, my mother telling me that people are just, it was this stereotype. So keep that in mind with what I'm about to say. But she would tell me, yeah, people are just slower down south. It's just a more slow-paced environment. And I couldn't find that to be any more true than it is. So because of this go, go, go attitude that we have in our country, and especially in the capital, dude, New York City is representative of our entire country. When people from all over the world think about the United States of America, you bet your fucking ass, you better believe that one of the first things that they think of is New York City. Absolutely. And the city has created our country, has created this culture of, our country has created this culture that rewards inconsiderateness to a large degree. And by example, take this in jest, because at the end of the day, there's not one answer to these. These problems are multifaceted and have so many different arms and branches and legs to them, So it's not as simple as just like, oh, well, just do that. No, that's not how it works. But for example, if you're on your way to work at 6:30 in the morning and you have to be there by 7 o'clock, but you're 40 minutes away, you're going to be a fairly inconsiderate driver. Even people who are extremely considerate, right? And especially in the monotony of, if you fucking only get 2 weeks out of the year off, You just get caught up in this routine of like, you're not waking up and being consciously aware of what's going on, or saying a meditation or a prayer, or like taking a breath to absorb that you just woke up and that it's another day being alive. No. Your alarm clock goes off at 6:15. You're out of bed by 6:20. You're in the shower by 6:25. You're out of the shower by 6:30. You're fucking eat that. Go. Go to work for fucking 8 to 10 hours, get home, rush to make dinner, try to get a workout, whatever it is. It promotes inconsiderateness, right? And I was thinking my example was going to be like homeless people. And so like we're on our way to work to go make $250 for the day over the course of 8 to 10 hours. And you have this person who literally is like just is starving to eat, and just slept outside and can't get an address, so they can't get, so they can't get a PO box, they can't receive mail, they can't get a driver's. Some of these people are trying really hard, and just by shitty circumstances, it brought them to where they are in their lives, and like they don't do drugs and they don't deserve to be where they are. But because we're so caught up in our lives, we don't even have the time to be considerate to these people, or which very well could be your fucking cousin, brother, sister, mother, father. It could, in another life, it could have. So it really sucks, right? Now, I wanted to preface this in the beginning of the video by saying, like, if you're not into, the big God, then you should probably skip forward past this, because this is kind of, directly related to that whole, I guess, like, you can kind of say realm of thinking, right? Like spirituality, God, so on and so forth. Again, me being superstitious, I have been in the same room as other people and walked away with a completely different interpretation of that experience than the people who had the exact same experience as me, but we had different experiences, or we experienced the same thing but walked away with different experiences. It's why human nature is being a human being, dude. Fucking being alive as a human being on planet Earth is fucking mind-boggling. But no, again, we don't have time to fucking just take a second and think about it. Another thing that's really fucked up is because there's so much light pollution, we can't even see the sky. If every single night you would look up and it was like you were in the middle of the country and seeing that fucking sky, dude, it changes your perspective, guys. It absolutely does. Watching a sunset changes your perspective, even if it's just for a short moment. Natural beauty changes your perspective. It's breathtaking, and even if it's just for a short second. But we don't have time for all of these things, guys, and so it creates inconsiderateness, right? Now, back to the big God stuff, right? If you read the Bible, doesn't matter if you believe in it or not, you fucking imbeciles, bro. A lot of you guys are so fucking retarded, and it has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with the truth of the situation. You just want to be a part of a team, right? You never read the fucking Bible, but you're sitting here giving your opinion and all your thoughts and beliefs on it and so on and so forth. Oh, well, I think, it was just nobody knows who wrote it and it was written by a man. Bro, you never read a chapter. Well, I've read 4 verses out of the Bible. Shut the fuck up, dude. I read the whole Genesis. First off, you're lying. And secondly, shut the fuck up, bro. You read 1 chapter out of like a fucking 98 chapter book, dude. Like, just shut up, dude. And so people just want to be a part of a team. Oh, science. Oh, religion. Oh, fucking, liberal. Oh, conservative. Shut the fuck up, dude. You guys are so stupid, bro. You guys are missing the whole point, dude. Which is fucking cooperation, considerateness, and giving to each other. You know what I mean? Giving and taking from each other. A mutually beneficial relationship with other human beings. We don't have that these days. And if you read the Bible, you'll find out through these metaphors and analogies that are being told, not these literal situations, you fucking imbeciles, that good and evil, the fight between good and evil, has been around for a long time, and it will continue to be around for a long time. Now, again, people are so fucking stupid, they don't even know that there's a difference between the Old Testament and the New Testament. People, you know what I mean? Like, but then they want to talk about, well, the Bible's not this. Bro, you didn't even know that there's 2 completely different versions, bro. Oh, man, dude, I'm telling you. People are fucking, get your fucking life together, guys. And so another thing that I think of is the Bhagavad Gita. And that book I just so deeply connected to in such a profound way, because to give you like the fucking worst summary of all time, the main character, Arjuna, who meets God himself, and fucking has conversations and fucking hangs out with God throughout the book. He's put in a situation where he has to make a decision, and it's the hardest decision a human being could ever make. And he has to decide whether or not he's going to go to war against his family, because his family is fighting on one side of that battle. People like his godfather, his aunts, his uncles, or not his aunts because women aren't in war or whatever, but his uncles, his cousins, his best friends. And he has to make a decision to do what's right, because they end up being like kind of corrupted in a sense. And in order to prevent complete corruption, Arjuna has to go to war against these people who virtually raised him and who he has unconditional love for. And he is troubled with making the decision, to where he asks the Godhead, what is it that he's supposed to do? But he knows what it is he's supposed to do, because it's something deeply rooted inside of him as a human being. You know what side you play for, guys. And guess what? Some people just like playing for the other side, and it is what it is. And guess what? That's never going to end. Never going to end. Good versus evil. It's a fucking never-ending battle. However, we are absolutely fucking obligated to do our part for our team. 100%, guys. That's what keeps the battle going, is us as like little microorganisms on the large scale of things. We have to play our position, dude. The white blood cells have a job. The red blood cells have a job. The kidneys, your organs, they all have different jobs, and you have to play your role. The heart can't just start acting like a liver. The heart's got to be a heart, guys. You feel me? And so this quote, man, it fucking hits home for me, because we live in dark times. Just open your fucking eyes, guys. Even me using this light to create a better quality video for you guys is negatively affecting my biology. When fucking police shine that light in your face, dude, that's not good for your eyes. What are you, retarded? You think that's good for your fucking, long-term eye vision? Don't you remember when your parents told you not to sit too close to the TV, and now all day long we have fucking telephone screens in our hand, in our face? Come on, guys. But yeah, that is genuinely one thing that I associate with like a small degree of evil, is these fucking LCD screens. You go to downtown New York, man, look, guys, break it down. You really have to break it down. It sounds mundane. It sounds insignificant, me saying that an electronic billboard is evil. But if you really break it down, what did I say earlier? Because of all the light pollution, we can't look up and see fucking our creator, Mother Nature, the cosmos, the universe itself. You're blinded of that. You're robbed of that, just so you could see a fucking advertisement for some Uggs. Just so you could see an advertisement for fucking McDonald's, guys. And then further, don't even get me started on McDonald's, guys. You're killing yourselves. See, here's the thing. People want to make a giant deal out of suicide, right? But then don't think it's a big deal when they eat a fucking Big Mac, bro. That's killing yourself. What? Because you don't die instantly? It's okay? And that's what we talked about before, guys. That's what the inferior man, that's how the inferior man moves about his life. Oh, just a little bit won't hurt. Actually, yeah, it fucking does, you dumb fuck. And in the same sense that if I were to practice just a little bit every single day, in 10 years, I'm going to be pretty good at something. Okay? And if I just do something shitty every single day, in 10 years, you're going to fucking see that. You're going to see that manifest into reality. But because it doesn't immediately affect us, because you're so fucking caught up in immediate gratification, because you're a weak product of modern day society, it doesn't, the Big Mac's cool, man. It's just a little bit of heartburn and indigestion. And after you eat it fucking 4 times over the course of a week, man, your body starts to adapt, because that's what your body does. It's so incredible. It adapts to its environment. So you start to maybe lose a little bit of indigestion. And now you think it's perfectly fine because you don't feel like complete shit after you eat it. Because your body's fucking working as hard as it possibly can to adapt to what the fuck you're shoving into its system. This negative shit. Now, over the course of fucking 10 years, you eat McDonald's every fucking day, you got cancer. But you want to make it a giant deal because somebody wants to cut their fucking wrists open, probably because your McDonald's eating ass is fucking, an inconsiderate prick. And so for a long time, man, I fought, and I still kind of do. I fight with like whether or not it's my responsibility as a human being on planet Earth to like speak my mind and speak up for what I believe in and allow my actions to speak for what I believe in and move in conjunction with my moral obligations and ethics. We have to, guys. That's our obligation as a human being. We absolutely have to, because like I said, if just one part of the body doesn't play its role, it's game over. You know what I mean? That's the end of the game. And so we quite literally have to play for our team. And if you want to be a star, you can't be afraid of the darkness. And I feel like I'm really, 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 I feel like I'm there, guys. I do feel like I'm there. And I'm so thankful for the people that I've met in my life that fueled that fire inside of me, that reminded me like, bro, this is all in God's hands. I'm not afraid of my nemesis. What is the better word that I'm looking for? My opposition. I'm not afraid of my opposition. I'm of God, bro. I'm God's son, dude. You know what I mean? I'm God's child. I'm afraid of my opposition. What is there to be afraid of, bro? I know my big brothers, I know my father's he's gonna take care of things, man. You know what I mean? And he's gonna stand by my side through good and bad, through thick and thin. You know what I mean? So there's nothing for me to be afraid of. You know what I mean? Let me shine the brightest that I possibly can in this darkness. Because of the contrast of the darkness, man, it makes me even more bright. And I'll end it with this. And this is kind of like, let me not go too deep into it on this video, but basically, if you're in pitch darkness, pitch black room, no source of, you're in a four wall room, no light is there's no space where any light could enter the room. You're in complete darkness, and you had a lighter on you. It kind of lights up, it lights up a large space in that room. If you have just a tiny little flame in complete darkness. But if you flip the script and you were in a room of complete light, you can't just like have a flicker of darkness and it'll occupy the same space that light did in the darkness. You feel me? And it's not about, fucking darkness isn't evil and light isn't good, but the metaphor, provides you with the understanding that, good always defeats evil. Now, I said it's a never-ending battle. That's not exactly true, because everything comes to an end, okay, when it's rightfully supposed to. The sun will one day die, but then it will resurrect, because we do live in infinity. And that's how God do, man. God is, God could play this game for eternity. And so, good always will defeat evil, in my opinion, because you could take somebody that's purely evil, but you can demonstrate and show them unconditional compassion and love, and it will change them. Now, they still might fucking murk your ass, but it will change them. They will question themselves about that. Like, how did this dude look at me with love when I fucking stuck a knife in his stomach? How is that even? I don't understand that. How is that possible? That motherfucker might never let it go for the rest of his life. He still might commit evil deeds, But he'll always remember, how the fuck did that dude say, Father, please forgive them. They know not what they do. You don't think those that lived with those people for the rest of their lives, that they were fucking... that they were murdering Jesus on the fucking cross? And he said, Father, forgive them. I love them. I still love them. Those are my brothers and sisters. They're just confused. They don't know what they're doing. Give them insight, Father. Dude, it doesn't get more gangster than that, okay? And so, in a place that there was no even the slightest opportunity of light to present itself, complete darkness. What is a better synonym for complete? Total darkness, guys. Jesus Christ shined his light. And he's not the only one, guys. Look, you guys all want to hate on Jesus but love Superman. Y'all want to hate on Jesus but love Spider-Man. Y'all want to hate on Jesus but love Batman. Y'all want to hate on Jesus but love the fucking Thor and the Marvel series and shit. You stupid, ignorant motherfuckers, bro. It's the same shit, dude. It's the same story. It's the story of a fucking Luke Skywalker, man. That's the hero's journey. You fucking imbeciles. It's just the best one ever told, you know? And you guys just want to hate on it again because you just want to play for a team, not because you thoroughly researched for fucking 4.5 years religion and philosophy. Nah, because like you know, because you fucking are, you know, you're just you're an echo. You just want to echo and parrot what you're a fucking bird, dude. You just want to parrot what other people say, man. You know, everybody likes things to come easy, get handed to them. You know, nobody wants to read the book. Let me read the summary. Let me do the spark notes. Shame on you guys, man. So you have to be you have to shine your light in this world, man, despite how dark it gets. You can't ever give up or give in. That's our role, you know, and we have to play our position. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow, and have a blessed rest of your week. Peace.